The salt-etched wind, a constant, gnawing presence, whipped at Dr. Claire Chen's thin oilskin as she stood upon the pitching prow of the Albatross, a vessel that seemed to groan under the weight of the vast, uncaring ocean. It was the morning of September 12, 2003, a date that would soon etch itself into the deepest, most unsettling recesses of her memory. 40 nautical miles off the Western Australian coast, a region already steeped in the uncanny silence of the deep, her team wrestled with a leviathan, a 3-meter female great white shark, a creature of primal, predatory majesty. The shark, a writhing monument to the ocean's raw power, thrashed against the restraining lines, its dark, obsidian eyes reflecting the cold, indifferent sky. The air crackled with the tension of the moment, the rhythmic clang of the winches a morbid counterpoint to the shark's guttural roars. Dr. Chen held the tracking beacon, a piece of technology that represented not just scientific advancement, but also a fragile, hubristic attempt to understand the unfathomable depths. It was a costly trinket, a $25,000 intrusion into the ancient mysteries of the sea, capable of recording the shark's location, depth, and the chilling temperature of its abyssal domain. Weeks they had spent, chasing shadows in the vast expanse, tagging smaller specimens, each a pale imitation of the monstrous entity now before them. Finally, after 25 minutes of brutal, visceral struggle, the beacon was secured, a cold, metallic parasite clamped to the shark's dorsal fin. With a collective sigh of relief, the team released the creature, watching as it vanished into the inky depths, a silent, spectral descent into the unknown. For 4 months, the beacon transmitted its data, a steady stream of information that lulled Dr. Chen into a false sense of routine. Each morning, in the sterile, fluorescent glow of her office at the Marine Institute, she would pour her coffee, its bitter aroma a thin shield against the creeping unease that always lurked at the edges of her perception, and review the data. The shark, designated GW004, followed predictable patterns, a creature of the deep, its movements a testament to the brutal, elegant rhythm of the ocean. Then, on January 23, 2004, the routine shattered. The data, usually a monotonous stream of numbers, screamed a silent, horrifying truth. The water temperature, a constant, chilling 7 degrees Celsius, had abruptly, impossibly, surged to 25 degrees. And then, the depth reading, a number that had steadily climbed and fallen with the shark's movements, plummeted, a terrifying, impossible descent to over 500 meters in mere seconds. "Marcus," she croaked, her voice a dry rasp in the sterile air, summoning her research partner, Dr. Marcus Thompson. He approached, his usually jovial face now etched with a grim, unsettling pallor. They stared at the data, the numbers a cryptic, maddening puzzle. A malfunction, they reasoned, a glitch in the expensive technology. But the signal, the lifeline to their tagged Leviathan, abruptly ceased 2 weeks later, a silence that resonated with a chilling finality. The beacon's return was a grotesque parody of scientific retrieval. A beach maintenance worker, a man hardened by the relentless sun and the ceaseless rhythm of the waves, found it, half buried in the sand, 2.5 miles from the tagging site. The beacon, once a sleek high-tech instrument, was now a bleached, bone-white relic, devoid of any trace of the ocean's touch. No algae, no barnacles, nothing. It was as if it had been purged, cleansed by some unholy fire. Dr. Chen, her mind a churning vortex of dread and confusion, stayed late into the night, the sterile hum of the office a constant, maddening drone. A great white shark did not simply vanish, did not plummet to impossible depths. The laws of physics, the very fabric of reality, seemed to bend and break before this inexplicable event. The phone rang, its shrill cry cutting through the silence, a harbinger of further unease. It was Marcus, his voice a low, trembling whisper. The lab results, the analysis of the beacon's unnatural pallor, had arrived. The white discoloration, the absence of marine growth, was not the result of bleaching. It was the residue of powerful stomach acid, the kind found in the digestive system of a colossal marine predator. A predator, they both knew, that dwarfed even the great white they had tagged, a creature of unimaginable size and power. The implications of this discovery were too vast, too terrifying, to fully comprehend. The ocean, already a realm of unknowable depths, now held a secret, a monstrous truth that threatened to unravel the very foundations of their understanding. They compiled their findings, a sterile, clinical report that failed to capture the sheer, bone-chilling horror of the event. The report, a testament to their scientific impotence, was filed away, relegated to the dusty archives of the Institute, a forgotten footnote in the annals of marine biology. But Dr. Chun could not forget. The image of the beacon, bleached and purged, haunted her dreams, a spectral relic of a terror that lurked beneath the waves. The temperature spike, the impossible dive, the acidic residue, these were not mere anomalies, but whispers from the deep, hints of a reality that defied human comprehension. She began to delve into ancient texts, forgotten lore, and the cryptic ramblings of old fishermen, seeking a thread, a clue, to the monstrous entity that had consumed their tagged shark. She found whispers of ancient beings, creatures of the abyss, leviathans that predated humanity, entities that slumbered in the crushing depths, their dreams echoing through the currents, warping reality itself. The local Aboriginal legends spoke of the Ngaliad, a serpent of the deep, a creature of immense size and power, a devourer of souls. They spoke of its hunger, its insatiable appetite for the living, its ability to manipulate the very fabric of the ocean. Dr. Chun began to see patterns, subtle shifts in the currents, inexplicable changes in marine life, a growing unease that permeated the coastal communities. The ocean, once a source of life and wonder, now seemed to pulse with a dark, malevolent energy. She knew, with a certainty that chilled her to the bone, that the disappearance of GW004 was not an isolated incident. It was a harbinger, a sign of something ancient and terrible awakening from its slumber. The ocean, the vast, unknowable expanse, was not just a realm of mystery, but a gateway to a cosmic horror, a reality that lay beyond human comprehension. The salt-etched wind continued to howl, a mournful dirge for a world on the brink of an unfathomable revelation. The albatross rocked gently in the harbor, its hull a dark silhouette against the encroaching twilight. Dr. Chun stood on the pier, her gaze fixed on the horizon, where the endless expanse of the ocean met the darkening sky. She knew that the truth, the monstrous, terrifying truth, lay hidden beneath the waves, waiting to be unleashed upon an unsuspecting world. The ocean, the cradle of life, was also the tomb of ancient horrors, and the seal was breaking.